So, very good afternoon to all of you, and welcome to this special interview series conducted by Veda College, interview with inspiration. And today we have with us four very special guests. They are called the Immortal Collective, और ये एक बहुत ही enthusiastic artists का group है. They are all concept artists, and most of them have worked with big companies in India, and most of them are doing freelance work now. So today we have with us Devesh, Rishabh, Rushil, and Amrit. So welcome to this interview.
Hi guys. Hi
Hi,
everyone.
hi guys.
Hi everyone.
Hi everyone.
सो अभी इसमें से अमृत हमारे साथ हैं जो ग्रीन गोल्ड में काम करते हैं एज अ कॉन्सेप्ट आर्टिस्ट, ग्रीन गोल्ड स्टूडियोज, फेमस फॉर छोटा भीम. And so what we'll do is initially we would go one by one, and I would request all of you to just share very briefly how your journey has been. College days में से आप लोगों ने कैसे आपका पूरा जर्नी रहा. So whom do we start with? Rishabh?
Yeah, sure, definitely. Hi everyone. I'm Rishabh. I come from Bhubaneswar, Odisha. I start from graduate. I graduated from NIFT New Delhi with accessories design. Yeah, it's a fashion college, and we had our things there. But suddenly jumping into concept art was a new territory. But there was some seed in me which always thought, okay, I want to do this. But I realized it only after third year of my college that I have to go there. And I was lucky enough to land on a job. I was creating a portfolio for to get into animation studios in India, and I was that was my first job in 2018, and that's where we all met. And now I'm a freelancer. I left the job after a year, and now I'm freelancing in different fields in working with animation, short films, picture books, illustrations, and things like that.
Very interesting. Thank you so much, Rishabh, for sharing. Devesh, could you share your journey?
Yeah, sure. Hi, my name is Devesh. I'm a concept artist, and I'm working with DNEG right now. And I'm actually from Udaipur, Rajasthan. So yeah, actually my journey started from very childhood. I was very interested in sketching and painting and everything, and I was also interested in sculpting a lot.
Okay.
And I used to sculpt DIY toys, and I used to make my own toys, and very interested in these kind of things. And like sculpting was meditation for me actually. If I never realized how much this time is passing when I'm making this kind of stuff. So yeah, I was very interested in this kind of creative sort of thing. So actually, I joined from an animation college in DSK Supinfocom, Pune, and it was like foundation college in animation and filmmaking, and I learned a lot of about 2D and 3D pipeline of animation, and basically, yeah, they have a lot of courses like 3D modeling and sculpting and traditional courses, graphic design, visual development, and visual communication, composition, etc. So yeah, so basically after that, but the problem was that I didn't get I wanted to pursue concept art. I was very interested to see concept art at that time, and but the problem was that I didn't have a good curriculum in college for concept art. But so I thought maybe I took a big decision, like I should leave the college and started learning on my own, and because I have a privilege, like I have a financial background, a good financial background, so I took this kind of decision and started learning my own and starting learning from YouTube resources and online resources and FZD resources, all those stuff. And yeah, so slowly I got freelance opportunities after learning like 2 to 3 years, and I got opportunities from comic book covers and all kind of stuff. Then I got a full-time opportunity in Charoi Design Lab, and where we met all these kind of these
Great.
people. It was very fun, and it was really inspiring to work there. And people working there were very inspired by us. They felt that we are. They felt motivated and tried to push themselves, when they see our work. So I felt very interesting and motivated to see this. And but the problem was that it was very stagnant. My growth was not that stagnant, and I was not getting a mentor sort of thing. So after that, I took a mentorship from Maxim Koznikov and Ricardo Lima from CGMA. I took, I learned a ton about the industry experience and exposure from the online mentorships. The best thing you can learn from them. And after that, I got, from that point of time, I'm doing freelancing and working with Hybrid 360, Redefine Studios, and Liberty Londons, and these kind of freelance. Currently, I'm working with DNET and under the art direction of Mukesh Singh. I consider him, the best best artist in India. So it's like a great experience for me, right now.
Great. Yeah. Thank you so much, Devesh.
So this is basically my experience.
Yeah. Rushil, can you please share your journey in?
Yeah. So right now I'm a freelance concept artist, and like I'm based in Jaipur. So this is my hometown, and I did my schooling here. So basically, how my journey started was like I started drawing since childhood, as Devesh said. It's kind of a common thing between like all of us artists. So so what happened? Like I saw Pokemon, and like I saw a kid like drawing Pokemons in school. So I was in third grade at that time. So what happened was like I really got interested and wanted to do this, like draw those. So I started there, and like I kept drawing all of my school life. So I drew like different cartoon shows that were coming and like inspiring me. So after that, like I changed my school for 11th and 12th, and I took fine arts as my optional subject. So that helped me a bit to get into like all of those traditional mediums, and like I did painting and like used uh, proper painting tools. And after that, I got into Birla Institute of Technology, that's in Noida, and I did a animation course similar to what like Veda is doing. It was a similar course. It was a animation and multimedia course. So after third year, like I came to know about concept art through one of my teachers, since like he asked me if what you want to do, if you want to go into 2D or you want to go into 3D. And like my answer was like I want to do both. So he was like, no, you can't do both. And then I was like, no, but I want to do both. So and after that, like he did some he found something, and like he showed me a book. So it was a concept art book. So like after seeing that, I was like enlightened basically. So I was like, yeah, I want to do exactly this. So there were a lot of characters and environment designs, and I was really inspired by that. And like after that, like I pursued that. And I after college, I took a year and a half gap. And at that time also, like I was getting some like opportunities to do like internships and all. So I did a few like for a month and all, but I didn't like those because they were hindering my growth, and I didn't feel like they were pushing me in a right direction. So I left that and I took a break for 1.5 year. I learned online because like we don't have good concept art education in India right now. So I learned online, I tutorials and all of those stuff. And after that, after 1.5 year, like I got a decent enough portfolio, and I applied to Charvi Design Labs in Gurgaon. So like I met all of these people, and we worked on a really good project, and it was a really nice learning experience as well. And like I got to apply all of the techniques that I learned on those like 1.5 year. So I applied those techniques, and like I got a lot of confidence, like yes, I can do it like professionally on a good level. And after like about 9 months of working there, I left that place, and again I took a sabbatical, which is like I learned as so basically my parents were really supportive of me. So that's why like and also like they were helping me financially as well. So that was a thing that helped me and motivated me to like just leave a job and like pursue and improve my skills. So like I did that and I took online mentorship, and like after that, like it's been 1 year now, and like now I'm working with DNEG with like Devesh, and like working under Mukesh Singh, like who is like a really big artist like in India. He's like one of the best. So it's like a really nice thing.
बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है कि आप लोग अपने ट्रेडिशनल लाइन को छोड़ के यू आर डेयरिंग इनफ कि अपना खुद का भी कुछ करें, और ये भी एक बहुत ही बढ़िया मेरे को लग रहा है सुन के, बिकॉज इवन आई हैव वर्कड इन एन आईटी कंपनी बिफोर, और वहाँ पे जब दोस्तियां बन जाती हैं लोगों से, वेरी फ्यू पीपल करेज कि उसी को कंटिन्यू करके अपना कुछ खुद का करें, एंड इज लाइक सो इंस्पायरिंग एंड एनकरेजिंग. सो या अमृत भी है हमारे साथ. अमृत, आप कुड यू प्लीज इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ?
हेलो एवरीवन, मैं बेसिकली नेपाल से हूँ. और मेरी बचपन जो बीती है, लोग एक्चुअली आप लोग जानते होंगे कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट साइड के लोग हो, नेपाल के साइड के लोग हो, वो थोड़ा ज़्यादा क्रिएटिव होते हैं हर चीज़ के मामले में. लाइक स्कल्पटिंग हुआ, चीज़ें बनाना हुआ, DIY चीज़ें बनाते थे हम लोग बचपन से ही. और सबसे ज़्यादा मोटिवेट मैं अपनी मम्मी से होता था, क्योंकि वो मुझे बचपन से ही ड्राइंग्स वगैरह के रिगार्डिंग कुछ ज़्यादा मोटिवेट रखती थी. मतलब मैं जानता तो नहीं था कुछ करने के लिए, स्कूल के प्रोजेक्ट्स वगैरह आते थे तो वो मुझे गाइड करती थी, बिल्ली वगैरह बना करके छोटी छोटी देती थी, गाड़ी वगैरह बनाती थी. तो उससे थोड़ा इंस्पायरिंग था चीज़ें. होते होते फिर मैं दिल्ली आया, फिर यहाँ कॉलेज ज्वाइन किया मैंने, महर्षि यूनिवर्सिटी. सेम वेदा के जैसे ही कोर्स है वहाँ भी, 3D मॉडलिंग वगैरह है, VFX वगैरह है, और आपका ग्राफिक डिजाइनिंग वगैरह सब कुछ होता है. तो वहाँ से मैंने BSc कोर्स किया मल्टीमीडिया एनिमेशन में. उसके बाद मैं जॉब वगैरह के लिए अप्लाई कर रहा था, क्योंकि ये मुझे पता था कि कॉलेज में मैंने कुछ सीखा नहीं है बेसिकली, क्योंकि बेस जो होता है थोड़ा बहुत वो दे देते हैं, पर उससे ज़्यादा मतलब जो एक इंडस्ट्री नॉलेज होनी चाहिए वो हमें नहीं होती है. तो उसके बाद फिर मैंने गुड़गांव में चारूवी डिजाइन लैब में ज्वाइन किया फिर. और वहाँ पहुँचते ही मैंने जब इनसे मैं मिला, इनका काम देखा, तो मैं मतलब मेरे पैरों के नीचे से ज़मीन खिसक गई थी, ऐसा सब फीलिंग था मेरे अंदर. मतलब मैं कुछ ज़्यादा ही मोटिवेट हो गया था इनसे कि मतलब हाँ ये कुछ है, ऐसा कुछ करना है. फिर धीरे धीरे करते करते इनसे दोस्ती वगैरह हुई, बातचीत हुई, फिर अपना एक टीम बना. तो फिर हुआ, उसके बाद वहाँ मैंने लगभग 11 महीने जॉब किए होंगे मैंने. फिर उसके बाद मैं एक कंपनी स्विच किया था मैंने यहाँ दिल्ली में ही, वर्ड्स वर्ड क्रिएशन बोल करके था. तो वहाँ भी मैंने काफ़ी इन्जॉय किया, 8-9 महीने वहाँ ज्वाइन करके वहाँ भी मैंने काम किया. फिर उसके बाद फाइनली मैं अभी हैदराबाद में ये ग्रीन गोल्ड के लिए काम करता हूँ. तो इंटरेस्टिंग, मज़ा आ रहा है, सही है. मतलब हाँ, ये कहता हूँ कि जो हम लोग का ये दोस्ती है, जो इस चीज़ के कारण हाईली मोटिवेट मैं रहता हूँ उनके कारण.
बिल्कुल. एक मेरा सवाल ऐसा है कि हम लोग अपने भी बच्चों को कभी कभी पूछते हैं कि सबको लगता है कि ज्यादा काम जो है वो इंडिया में नहीं, वो हॉलीवुड में ज्यादा होता है या बाहर ज्यादा होता है. इंडिया में जो एजुकेशन सिस्टम है उसमें कहीं ना कहीं कुछ कमी है, या यहाँ पे गरीबी ज्यादा है, बहुत अमीरी नहीं है, प्रोडक्शन के लिए पैसा नहीं है, इसलिए ऐसा है? व्हाई एग्जैक्टली इज इट कि इंडिया जो है वो पीछे रहा है क्रिएटिव प्रोडक्शन में? कौन हाँ.
Yeah. So what I think is basically the reason is both actually. It's not one thing. So basically what happens is because the education is not here, that's the reason the work doesn't come. Like when the time like Maya, no, not Maya, Mac and Arena started coming. So after that, a lot of work got outsourced into India.
Mhm.
So because if the skill is there, the work will come. And like the situation is changing now, and we are getting international projects in India. People are doing Indian based IPs, so they need Indian people to design those, because like other people can't, because we Indians have in-depth knowledge about how India is and how the culture is.
Exactly.
So they need Indian people right now. So the situation is changing now. It wasn't like this before. So more of the work is coming now in India, and also the education is also picked up. Like because of internet, people are able to learn. So it is changing now.
Great. Devish, do
Anyone
you want
want?
to
Yeah.
join?
Yeah, I agree with that because this is the initial stage. Like we are getting a lot of exposure now. That point of time we didn't have much exposure, right? So I agree with Rushil. Like maybe after this point of time we will become more, big from this point of time. I
हम
think.
ये बात तो सच है कि पिछले कुछ सालों में इंडिया के आईपीज भी आने लगे हैं और थोड़ा सा सिचुएशन पॉजिटिव के लिए चेंज हुआ है एंड एकदम ये सही बात है. व्हाट एल्स डू यू थिंक कि ओवरऑल इंडियन एजुकेशन सिस्टम में और क्या एवीजीसी की जो ट्रेनिंग सेंटर्स होते हैं या कॉलेजेस होते हैं वहाँ पे और क्या इंक्लूड करने से हम लोग ज्यादा अपने ड्रीम के नजदीक पहुंच सकते हैं कि इंडिया वाकई में एक इंस्पिरेशन बने दुनिया के लिए क्रिएटिव काम के लिए.
I'll just take this. So the point is, when we start, because the industry was not created here, started at the times when Star Wars was done in 70s. So it's very natural that we follow the footsteps. But a point comes when we do it blindly. That's where everything falls down. That's what has been happening in India since last couple of decades. कि हम लोग को पता नहीं हम लोग क्या चाहते हैं, हम लोग जो हॉलीवुड से आ रहा है हम कर रहे हैं because they are gods, because and it's nothing like that. Upcoming from last decade, I think almost 5 to 10 years, there has been a bunch of small but very efficient studios who have made beautiful films, beautiful project. Raji came in, which is a game based on Rajasthan, a small folktale. A lot of films like Ghost Animation, they do like short films which got amazing response from people. So I don't think there is a lack of skill. Teaching skill is the easiest thing that we could do because we have a huge population and a lot of talented artists. The main thing that should be a part of education is to learn from your own surroundings, learn from your own culture, from your history. Because at one point of time, we end off emulating spacecraft, spaceships, which are done in Hollywood over last 30, 40 years. So another thing is it won't go forward till we push ourselves in the creative side, not just in the skill side, because we have amazing talent here, which if you see a lot of Hollywood films, we already have a lot of credits of people who work, a lot of Indians, post-production mein ho, especially production, post-production, not pre, because it's not conceived here. As now they said the things are slightly changing, also the international market is coming here. But I also want to like specifically mention the Japanese industry here, because they also took the same learnings that was provided by the pioneers in Walt Disney, where they started animation and all these people. But they created their own niche. They created their own people, their own market, and they're happy with that. Whatever the situation is financially, but that's very rich. So there is no infiltration. You can't find a random person working in an animation studio in Japan. They'll be a Japanese person because they know about their own culture. They can't be, So I feel that honesty is it's growing right now, which is a very good thing that has been missing for quite some time. And so I'm really happy to, recently I came across a film called Cargo. I think it's not great in terms of the VFX, but I think that's one of the starting points where Indian sci-fi is trending now in Netflix. And because of these opportunities, it's more open now, because otherwise people like such independent people who make low budget films won't reach otherwise. Because of, as you mentioned.
इस मार्केट सिचुएशन पे हम थोड़ी देर में आएंगे, लेकिन उसके पहले ये जानना चाहता हूँ कि आपके पर्सनल जर्नीज में मेजर माइलस्टोन्स क्या-क्या रहे हैं. तो
So for me, one of the major milestone was like working with these guys. So yeah, so that was like my first major milestone. And after that, like I took mentorship on Learn Squared. So that was another one. So like I got exposed to a lot of like new techniques, and it was like completely new experience for me. And after that, in April around, I won a international concept art competition, which was hosted by Rookies in collaboration with Sin Studio. Sin Studio is like currently the #1 concept art college. It is in Canada. So that's one of the major milestone for me, winning that competition. And after that, the last one right now is working with Mukesh Singh. So yeah.
Great, great. Amrit, आपका?
मेरे लिए सबसे पहला तो यही था कि मेरे को एक ऐसा इंडस्ट्री में दोस्त या बॉन्ड ऐसा मिले कि मतलब मेरे को हर ढंग से सपोर्टिव रहे। मेरे एक आर्ट लाइफ में, कमर्शियल लाइफ में हर ढंग से वो सपोर्टिव है। पहला माइलस्टोन मेरे लिए ये था। दूसरा मेरे लिए ये था कि मैं चाहता था एक अच्छा इंडियन आईपी बनाने वाली कंपनी में मेरी जॉब लगे एक अच्छे लेवल पे, और दैट्स इट, वो मेरे को मिला है। मैं खुश हूँ कि एक ऐसे कंपनी में काम कर रहा हूँ जो बाहर के लिए नहीं करते, वो खुद के लिए खुद का अपना इंडियन स्टोरी पे काम करते हैं, और वो ज़्यादा अच्छा लगता है मेरे को।
Yes. Devesh?
Yeah, again, I agree with Rushil. I am like a big fan of Mukesh Singh from the childhood. Like I have seen all his work and really mesmerized when I see his work. So right now I'm working under him. So that's like biggest dream I have fulfilled. And also like it's very original stuff I'm learning to on the IP. It's very original, which is not seen somewhere in India. It's very new, something uh, very fresh coming from India. So that's like a big milestone which I've achieved. Yeah.
Yeah, Rishabh, you want to say something?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, meeting these guys. I mean, like, because I come from where I wanted to be an industrial designer while I was back in 12th. I want to produce design products. And after a while, after fourth year, when my portfolio is non-existent because I'm not applying to the places where I should work. And lucky enough, I got here, and I don't know how. You need that one person to believe in you when you start, I think. And then I never really expected that I'll meet such talents here. And that was the best till now. And after that, we remain friends till late, and we hope to remain in future. And apart from that, I think after I left CDL, I also took up some mentorships like these guys did also. And I started building my own website. So I think finishing my website was a big challenge. It was going on for a year, and it's quite difficult. It's more difficult than it sounds, but I think that was another major milestone that I was able to finish off personally. And I think, yeah, it's great.
और आप सब लोग बहुत आराम से कह रहे हैं कि आपकी जर्नी ऐसे रही है, लेकिन आई एम श्योर दे मस्ट हैव बीन लॉट ऑफ ऑब्स्टिकल्स, लॉट्स ऑफ बिग चैलेंजेस आल्सो. सो वी वुड रियली लाइक यू गाइस टू शेयर दैट, और ये भी बताएं कि उसमें से आपने फिर कैसे अपना रास्ता खुद निकाला.
So first was like after college, जब मेरे को कुछ अच्छा काम मिल नहीं रहा था, although like my work was good already, like so but still मेरे को कुछ ऐसे अच्छा काम नहीं मिल रहा था इंडस्ट्री में कि मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ. So बहुत frustrating था वो initially, and this is the thing with this industry right now. It happens to become quite frustrating at times, but you just need to believe in yourself and just believe in the process, just believe in the grind that you have to be in. So just believe in it and like just push through it. Like if you are passionate enough and like you are surrounded with good people around you, don't worry, just you will pull through. So also one of the major thing was like time to time I used to get major setbacks in terms of like I was lost basically. In like many times I was lost, like am I doing the right thing, like leaving the job, like was that a right thing, taking a drop after college, was that a right decision? So now like I am satisfied, like yeah, those were like right decision and taken at the best time. So if I would have taken those decisions later, like I would have regretted it, but I took those decisions in the right time. And also one more thing was that like my parents were supportive of me. Like they used to ask questions like what are you going to do, you are just sitting, you're just sitting, you're not doing a job. We also don't know like what are you doing. So like the only thing was I told them like just give me like initially I asked them like 5 years like before my college. So like right now like my 5 years got completed and like I am doing a job with DNet. So yeah, so basically what I did was I asked time like give me 5 years like, and if you think like it is not possible for me, or like i'm not possible I'm not able to achieve like or get a job or something, then I'll come back into my home business. That was the thing. So that way like my parents also supported me, and also like I had like a bit of a luxury, you can say, that I could leave a job and like my parents could support me financially at that time. Although like my expenses are not that much, like I like highly cut on expenses. uh, so yeah, I had to do that because like I was taking money from my parents for all these years after college. But yeah, so like all of the decisions that I took, like I am really satisfied with those. So yeah, those are like the major obstacles that I got. Also like frustration, basically. You will get frustration when you are in a creative industry. You will. Like it's not like a written book which you can read and in that. It's not that. Like you have to push through, you have to let your subconscious brain work.
Mhm.
Like that's something like a lot of people miss. It's not always your conscious brain. The most of the time it's your subconscious brain which presents you the actual solutions.
और
So
वो तब होता है when you actually keep thinking about it and in a
yeah,
positive frame of mind. Yeah.
yeah, actually what happens is like while I'm sleeping, even then I am like painting stuff. so so it's like a really bad thing, I think. And like I'm even when I'm doing a project, and at that time I'm taking a break, like take a half an hour nap or something. Even in that time, like I'm thinking like how to solve this. So with that mindset, when I go to sleep and I wake up, so like and take a walk and something like that, I get solutions automatically. And uh, yeah,
Great,
that's how the
great,
creativity works.
great. Yes. So Devesh,
Yeah, in my case, actually, I was working for two kind of projects as a freelancer, right? And at that time, I also took a mentorship also. So I was very frustrated doing three kind of jobs every like for 2 months. But I figured out a way, for to support all the three. Like I've started setting timers. I started setting timers like for this particular time I will do this and this kind of time. So it will make me work very fast. You don't think about other stuff which are not important, and you will think that the time is passing and you have to work really fast. So this is how I overcome like using timers, and but it was very frustrating initially. So I needed some kind of breaks to come out from the zone. But yeah, these kind of challenges I had to face.
so apart from that, like all through in your journey, ये 2 महीनों के अलावा बाकी भी ओवरऑल अपना करियर पाथ में और क्या क्या मेजर ऑब्स्टिकल्स रहे?
और बेसिकली मेजर ऑब्स्टिकल्स रहे हैं lack of confidence. Basically I have lack of faith. Sometimes I uh, find that I'm not good enough, and I always try to compare other works, other artists work. So that's this
Also,
was
one more
also.
thing, like I
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
add, like me and Devesh were roommates for some time, and like he also had similar issues that I faced. Like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was he also got frustrated, like stuck, like what to do. Like am I doing the right thing, am I not doing the right thing, what's the best way? So that's what he faced like all of the time, and like I also faced the same. So yeah.
So the basic is that you have to just hang around and just keep good faith in yourself.
Yeah, 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 definitely.
Yeah, Rishabh.
Yeah. I think I think the major thing that we all have in common is the lack of confidence, the lack of actually the abundance of insecurity. It's just that when we scroll through, I have been on Instagram for a while, and all of my major freelancers or minor freelancers have been through Instagram. So I always keep thinking, okay, my God, are my followers enough? Are people noticing me enough? Am I doing enough? So what happens, that was a major obstacle. It still goes on from time to time because it really makes you feel like I need to delete my work. It's worthless. Nobody's going to see. There are so many amazing people. Why am I even trying to do this? So there is this sense when you feel very small and very almost you ridicule yourself in your head. And this keeps happening. It happened before uh, I got my first job because, as he mentioned, Rushil, that it's not a written book. There are no rules. Nobody's actually, they can guide you, mentor you, but it's your own journey. And there is no 8th level, second step, third step. It can be anything. So that was so nerve wracking to get the first job also. And the second part was after I left my job. Yeah, because I also had decent enough family backing to so that I can take the decision. I know it's not easy for everybody. Like, मैं job छोड़ दूंगा, and everybody's like, okay, that doesn't happen normally. And so I was privileged that way. I took off 1 year and I was able to come back home and work on my things. But that insecurity comes back even till today. I mean, I just have to hold yourself, that faith has to be there. And nobody can, install that faith in you. You have to believe in yourself some way, because there'll be a lot of mentors in your life who will tell you you're doing good, you're doing bad. But at the end of the day, you have to motivate yourself at the lowest times as well. So it's still a challenge. I think it's not like it's over with. And I hope I'll try to keep on with that. Everybody, all of us. So
great. Amrit?
तो जैसा ऋषभ ने बताया, सेम एग्जैक्टली वही सिचुएशन कुछ मेरे साथ भी थी जब मैंने ज्वाइन किया था पहली जॉब अपनी लाइफ की। तो उस टाइम पे मुझे पता था कि ठीक है, मेरा काम ठीक ठाक है, पर उस लेवल का नहीं है जिस लेवल का मेरे काम को होना चाहिए था। क्योंकि एक कंपनी में सर्वाइव करने के लिए जो लेवल का काम आपका होना चाहिए, अगर वो नहीं होता है तो आपका जॉब जाने का भी एक सबसे बड़ा खतरा रहता है। और जैसे कि मैं अपने घर से काफ़ी दूर रहता हूँ, मतलब नेपाल से हूँ, तो यहाँ तो काफ़ी दूर वाली बात हुई। तो सब कुछ मेरे ऊपर ही था। और उस टाइम पे एक कंडीशन ऐसा बन गया था लाइफ में कि आई वाज अबाउट टू लूज माय जॉब, कि मतलब स्किल सेट है पर सफिशिएंट नहीं थे। तो उस टाइम एक्चुअली इन्होंने मेरे को काफ़ी मोटिवेट किया। और जैसे कि 9 to 7 का जॉब था हम लोग का, और उसके बाद मैं आता था, रात को बैठता था 2:30-3-4 बजे तक, प्रैक्टिस करता था, स्टडी वगैरह करता था। जैसे मेरे को ऋषभ बताता था, मोटिवेट करता था इस चीज़ के रिगार्डिंग, तो मैं करता था इस चीज़ के रिगार्डिंग। और 6-7 महीने मैंने काफ़ी किए वो, और उसके बाद मेरे को इम्प्रूवमेंट वगैरह मिला। मैं उस टाइम पे एक्चुअली काफ़ी टूट सा गया था अंदर से, सही बोले तो। मतलब हाँ, जो एक कॉन्फिडेंस होनी चाहिए थी वो चीज़ नहीं थी। और वो स्टडी वगैरह करके इम्प्रूवमेंट करते करते, खुद पढ़ते पढ़ते, खुद को मेडिटेट करते करते धीरे धीरे मैंने उस चीज़ को डेवलप किया। और अब जाके वो काफ़ी मेरे को स्टेबल चीज़ लगता है कि हमें अपने लाइफ में स्टडी वगैरह, देखिए कॉलेज में पढ़ना और जॉब करना एक अलग चीज़ होता है, पर साथ ही साथ खुद को इम्प्रूवमेंट करने के लिए हमेशा खुद को पीछे ला करके एक बार आपको देखना पड़ता है कि आपका बेस, जो आपका पिलर है, आपको जो खड़ा करता है, क्या वो चीज़।
So like the two major takeaways from this are, so like first, surround yourself with good people, so like who can motivate you and who can support you. So this is one major takeaway.
No, but I think what I am taking away from your experiences is that see, we are in a fairly competitive industry. मतलब आर्टिस्ट भी होते हैं वहां पे, ये कंपैरिजन आना और फिर वो या तो सुपीरियरिटी की फीलिंग आना या इंफीरियरिटी की फीलिंग आना, ये बहुत ही लाजमी है, ये होने ही वाला है। इसमें जो चीज हमको साथ में या टूट जाने से रोकती है कि हम लोगों के साथ हों। तो आपका ये जो ग्रुप का भी नाम है ना, इमॉर्टल कलेक्टिव, ये एक्चुअली इसका मतलब अभी ये बातचीत करते करते समझ में आया है कि ये आप लोगों की जिंदगी में कितनी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है कि एक दूसरे का जब साथ, जब वो बस महसूस भी हो ना कि हाँ हमारे साथ लोग हैं, दिस इज व्हाट एक्चुअली हेल्प टू फाइट ऑल दोस टफ सिचुएशंस. और नॉर्मली बच्चे क्या करते हैं कि वो भागते हैं सिचुएशन, उनको ऐसा लगता है कि वो भागे ना, उसको फेस करके उसको उस पे जीत हासिल करें. तो आई थिंक यू गाइस
टैकल करना मेजर इंपॉर्टेंट चीज होती है एक्चुअली. नहीं करेंगे तो एक्चुअली ड्रॉप आएगी लाइफ में. और कई लोग होते हैं कि उस चीज को फेस कर सकते हैं, कई लोग होते हैं नहीं कर पाते, तो वो ज्यादा
एक
प्रॉब्लमेटिक
वो चीज है,
स्विच कर लेते हैं वो फिर.
डिमोटिवेशन एक फेज है, वो आएगा बट वो जाएगा भी.
एग्जैक्टली
कुछ
एग्जैक्टली
फेज तक चलेगा बट वो जाएगा भी. तो यू हैव टू स्टिक ऑन द पाथ. उसी
यस
पे रहो और बस फॉलो.
Also the
ग्रेट.
thing is कि you need to have people around you who will motivate you. Otherwise like अगर वो मोटिवेट नहीं करेंगे तो अपने आप डिमोटिवेट होके फिर वो छोड़ दोगे ना. अगर आसपास वाले मोटिवेट करेंगे, सपोर्ट करेंगे, तभी उसको
community
कंटिन्यू
is
करोगे.
enough.
Yeah, also Devesh faced this issue. He was like, I am gonna leave concept art, like it's not happening with me.
Still does
It
it.
happens,
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah, it happens. It's not just for him, like it happened also for me. But like but the thing was like I wanted to do this only and like nothing else. Like I didn't had an option, like although my parents gave me an option, but for me myself I didn't had that option. Like I need to make concept art work for me.
Great.
I didn't had any other option for me.
And you know
So
what?
that's
This
what
is
kept me going.
why your journeys are so inspiring for us कि हमारे पास ऑप्शन है या नहीं है, लेकिन हमने जो अपने लिए चुना है हम उस पे बस करके जा रहे हैं. दिस इज अ वेरी सेट एक्चुअली. आगे चलते हैं. नेक्स्ट वी वांट टू टॉक अबाउट द मार्केट सिचुएशन. और अभी कोविड-19 की वजह से जो दुनिया भर में पूरा मार्केट सफर किया है, अभी हालांकि लॉकडाउन उठना भी शुरू हो गया है, मार्केट हैज स्टार्टेड रीगेनिंग, बट हाउ डू यू थिंक हैज this changed for concept art pre-COVID and post-COVID?
So I think most of we have been, I think, in that way the luckiest among other industries, where we did not have to lose a job. All we need is a laptop and a Wacom tab to draw. We don't need a building. We do not need to travel a lot, though you need to travel sometimes. But as production work, as we are part of any studio, we do not need to go anywhere. So that is one of the major things which helped us even grow more. We had more times to ourselves. We were home. We were chilled out at our own spaces. There was no commute. There was no this thing. So I think the industry has actually, in a way, grown because there was a boom of all these new IPs suddenly. Like we read about a lot of people coming in. Even we started our collective during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And this was all such a we never realized that the thing is going to boom. We thought it might just stagnate or maybe and right now there are more jobs coming in from abroad. In India, people are still making it, and a lot of music videos where people are animating and things like that. It's been growing more, and I think even post-COVID, it's going to continue. It should not stop. I mean, I'm kind of guarantee, but I think it should grow even more, especially in India, a place like India.
Okay.
So basically, what was like before COVID, people were not really aware how important the concept art was, and after COVID, like they felt like there was a need for original content. Like people are uh, getting into entertainment to like pass their time and all. And also one major thing was people can't go out to shoot. So one major thing that changed in India right now that people are experimenting. The big companies are experimenting with completely virtual production, the way the way that was did in Star Wars, the Mandalorian series. So they are trying to do complete like virtual production, and for that they need good concept art. So basically, the COVID pushed our industry, like Indian industry, further into like 1 2 years basically. So like the advancement came much earlier than it would have come later. Like so, and also like I am getting more job offers after COVID hit than I was getting earlier, and like yeah. So actually, the Indian industry has picked up during COVID. Yeah.
Okay, Amrit,
And also
आपका हाँ
and also
Rushil, please.
even in the foreign industry, so like they have shifted to freelance. Like even in India, like some studios are there who want their employees to come, but the big studios and who are also setting new studios, they are doing completely freelance.
Mhm.
So that's like, this is like a really good opportunity right now uh, for the concept artists, basically. And that's the reason what initiated us as well to start the Immortal Collective thing, because like it's the perfect time for concept art, and it is just gonna boom from here. It is not, I don't think that it is gonna stop here.
ओके अमृत, आपका कैसा एक्सपीरियंस रहा है? आप तो एक ग्रीन गोल्ड में आप काम करते हो, तो ओवरऑल कोविड के समय पे क्या कुछ ले-ऑफ्स हुए हैं या वहाँ पे प्रोजेक्ट्स आना ज़्यादा हुए, कम हुए हैं? कैसा सिचुएशन है?
एक्चुअली कोविड जब स्टार्ट हुआ था तो मैं यहीं दिल्ली बेस्ड एक कंपनी में काम करता था फुल टाइम, और कंडीशंस ऐसी हो गई थी इस पैंडेमिक के बीच में, जून जुलाई के आसपास, कि मतलब कंपनी को शट डाउन करने वाली सिचुएशन आ चुकी थी एक्चुअली, जो यहाँ दिल्ली में थी। तो बेसिकली ऐसा हो चुका था कि आई वाज अबाउट टू लूज माय जॉब। सब कुछ मतलब फ्रैक्शन ऑफ सेकंड में ऐसा लगा कि मतलब खत्म, मतलब अब मतलब क्योंकि इस चीज़ के लिए ना मेरे पास बैकअप था ना कुछ था, बस अचानक से आया और कंडीशंस ऐसी बन गई कि मतलब कंपनी भी बंद होने वाली है और कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा था कि करूँ क्या। तो उस ड्यूरेशन में भी मैं इनको ही थैंकफुल हूँ, इनसे ही थैंकफुल हूँ, मतलब क्योंकि उस टाइम पे कुछ ऑनलाइन कॉम्पिटिशन्स वगैरह चल रही थी, ठीक है, और हमारा प्लान वगैरह बना कि क्यों ना हम इस चीज़ को इवैल्यूएट करते हैं, खुद का माइंड को डिस्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं थोड़ा उस चीज़ से, चलो ठीक है, हाँ हो रहा है। तो उससे हमने क्या किया कि रात को स्टडीज़ वगैरह करते थे, हैंगआउट्स वगैरह करते थे, साथ में डिस्कशन वगैरह करते थे, और अपना जो बेस को, मैंने पहले बोला था कि बेस को हमें देखना चाहिए, उस चीज़ को मैं दोबारा, मैं, रुशील, देवेश, ऋषभ, हम लोग ये बैठ के दोबारा इस चीज़ पे स्टडी वगैरह करना स्टार्ट कर दिए थे। और उस बीच में मेरे को ये हुआ कि मैंने 1-2 आर्टवर्क बनाए इसी पैंडेमिक के बीच में, और जो गैप मुझे मिला एक्चुअली उस चीज़ को इम्प्रूव करने का, मैं सोचा भी नहीं था कि मेरे को वो गैप एक्चुअली मिलेगा और इतना अच्छे ढंग से मैं उसको इवैल्यूएट कर पाऊँगा। तो उस गैप में जो मैंने काम वगैरह किया था, तो राजीव चिलाका सर जो हैं, जो मतलब ग्रीन गोल्ड के हैं, तो उन्होंने मेरे को मेरा काम वगैरह देखा, उन्होंने मेरे को पूछा कि तुम करना चाहते हो, अभी क्या है तुम्हारा सिचुएशन? तो मैंने उनसे बात वगैरह की, तो उन्होंने मेरे को बोला कि ठीक है, तुम ज्वाइन कर सकते हो। तो अभी अगस्त में मैंने एक्चुअली वहाँ ज्वाइन किया। तो उसके बाद से चीज़ें थोड़ी लाइफ में स्टेबल भी हो गई हैं, और ये भी है कि हमारा जो काम है एक्चुअली कॉन्सेप्ट आर्ट का, उसमें हमें कंपल्सरी नहीं है कि आप ऑफिस जाके ही करो काम, पर वही डिवोशन के साथ, वही टाइम इवैल्यूएशन के साथ आप अगर काम करते हो घर से ही, तो आपका आउटपुट ज़्यादा बेटर आता है।
और ग्रीन गोल्ड का मतलब जो बाहर से तो शायद प्रोजेक्ट कम आते होंगे, मतलब लेकिन यहाँ
जी, जी।
उनका खुद का काम शुरू है अलग-अलग सीरीज के ऊपर, मतलब काम बढ़ा है, उन्होंने बढ़ाया है काम फिर?
जी, जी, उनका खुद का काम एक्चुअली बढ़ रहा है।
हुँ।
इस पैंडेमिक के बीच में, जैसे कि ये बता रहा था अभी मेरे को, जैसे रुशिल बोल रहा था कि चीज़ें रिसर्च करनी स्टार्ट कर दी गई हैं, नए-नए आईपीएस के ऊपर अपना खुद का स्टोरी लेकर के। तो वही चीज़ वहाँ भी मेरे को देखने को मिला, वो एक्चुअली रिसर्च वगैरह कर रहे हैं अब नए प्रोजेक्ट के लिए और ज़्यादा बेटर आउटपुट देने के लिए एक्चुअली। वो ज़्यादा अच्छा लगा, इस पैंडेमिक के बीच में ये चीज़ काफ़ी इम्प्रूवमेंट मेरे को दिखी है।
सो बेसिकली जो भी स्टूडियोज ऑलरेडी काफ़ी एस्टेब्लिश थे ना, तो उनका बूम हुआ है, और जो एस्टेब्लिश नहीं थे या जो छोटे स्टूडियोज थे, उनके साथ इश्यूज हुए हैं बेसिकली। ये है, मतलब जो ऑलरेडी एस्टेब्लिश थे उन्होंने और काम बढ़ाया, उनको और काम मिला है आगे से,
हाँ,
और
उनको
लोगों
एक्चुअली
ने
और
अपॉर्चुनिटी
जो
मिला एक
पहले
तरह से खुद को बढ़ाने के लिए। देखा जाए तो,
और actually-
जो छोटे थे वो उनका थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम हुआ है काफी।
ओके,
क्या
हाँ
कहते हैं?
देवेश।
पहले एक्चुअली डिफिकल्ट होता है ना स्टूडियोज के लिए एक्चुअली ढूंढना, फ्रीलांसिंग कल्चर उस टाइम नहीं था। अभी उनको उनको करना पड़ रहा है, ढूंढना पड़ रहा है, तो अभी मतलब एम्प्लॉयज के लिए बेटर अपॉर्चुनिटीज है। पहले बहुत डिफिकल्टी होता था कि वो
हाँ हाँ बोल।
सो पहले बहुत डिफिकल्टी
बेसिकली जो प्रोसेस है वो थोड़ा फास्ट ट्रैक हो गया है। जो कोविड नहीं आता तो नहीं होता, तो कोविड आने से प्रोसेस काफी फास्ट ट्रैक हो गया, मतलब 2-3 साल आगे आ गए इंडस्ट्री से कोविड की वजह से।
मेरा एक सवाल ऐसा है कि क्योंकि अभी OTT प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे लोगों ने अपना बहुत सारा शुरू कर दिया है, तो छोटे से लेके बड़े स्टूडियो, इंडिविजुअल्स, फ्रीलांसर्स सब उस पे डालते हैं। हाउ डू यू थिंक हैज द इंडियन ऑडियंस ग्रोन इन द पास्ट फ्यू इयर्स? उसमें देखने के पैटर्न में, जैसे कुछ साल पहले तक कार्टून्स तो बच्चों का ही मानते थे, एडल्ट्स उसमें पार्ट कर लेते ही नहीं थे। वो थोड़ा सा सिचुएशंस चेंज हुए हैं, लेकिन उसके अलावा और क्या क्या आपको इंडियन ऑडियंस में चेंज महसूस होता है? देवेश।
आई डोंट थिंक मच चेंज हुआ है काफी, क्योंकि अभी भी कंटेंट वैसा आ रहा है बॉलीवुड में, और एनिमेशन मतलब एनिमेशन में तो काफी कम है, बट सिनेमा अभी वैसा ही चल रहा है जैसा पहले था। बट अभी कुछ न्यूज में ये कुछ इश्यूज आए थे सुशांत को लेके और भी चीज इन सब को लेके, तो अभी थोड़ा चेंज होगा मुझे लगता है कि, और वो बॉलीवुड को मतलब उस मीडियोकर कंटेंट को बंद करेंगे देखना, और इंटरेस्टिंग कंटेंट और जो OTT में आ रहा है उसको मतलब फॉलो करेंगे, उनको इंकरेज करेंगे।
Yeah, I think one of the major changes was Netflix. I mean, because the Indian viewership was currently based on primarily on satellite dishes and so does the cable TV. Like that was the basic form of internet. YouTube started its own things, but I think what Netflix did was two things: break that formula-based entertainment that was happening in India, Bollywood, ka star system. There were directors who were trying. It's not that they weren't trying to break it, but the point is, it is so difficult to get into something that is being in a formula for a lot of years to break into as a as a different path. But what Netflix did is it has its own production team, it has its own people, it has its own thought process, it has its own standards of selecting who is supposed to direct. I think what that did was to get amazing content, like Sacred Games. It's a book. Nobody of us had read it before. And you may not have imagined if it wasn't for Netflix, it would have ever come on Indian TV at all. So there's a beautiful content, beautiful stories. Indian animation is also coming up. Indian film is also coming up, and even games are coming up. But I think viewership has dramatically increased because of Netflix and Amazon and all the platforms that have recently arisen. So there is this responsibility now. Like, okay, if we want to be there, we have to be good. It's not like, ऐसा ही करते आ रहे हैं तो ऐसे ही करते रहेंगे. So there's this responsibility also. People in India, because of the pandemic, there are a lot of people who are working in frontline and they have their whole lives dedicated to this. They also need entertainment sometime because they need to relax. And for that, there are a lot of people creating amazing content, and there is a boost. Nobody was staring at the screens for so long rather the pandemic hadn't come. And they were, but now it's more, if it's like a regular thing. And so I think what it did to the entertainment industry is a boost altogether.
Yeah, Rashid.
So for the audience, I have seen more people purchasing Prime and like Amazon Prime and Netflix. So that's the thing that I have seen. So basically, they are now ready to invest more in their entertainment. So that's the major takeaway, because on TV, they're not liking what's coming on TV now. Like even my dad. So he didn't watch any TV. Basically, he watched was all those on Netflix and Amazon Prime. Like he spent all of his pandemic watching those. So it's in my own house. So basically, I think it's in most of the cases as well that people are turning to these platforms for entertainment, and also because these platforms are giving indie artists and indie directors to tell their story. Otherwise, they wouldn't have gotten any platform. And also, the major thing is like Bandish Bandits is a TV series on Netflix, which I really enjoyed, and the content in it is quite different actually. That I don't think I have seen such a content, and it was a good story as well, and it was entertaining. But although the production was big, but it was something different than what we are used to see. Than we are used to seeing, basically.
Yeah, it was catering all kind of audience, like mass audience also, like a
Yeah.
particular type of,
Mhm.
and
Still
entertaining
Yeah.
also.
I think that was the major thing. Yeah, it's still experimenting.
Great.
That won't have happened. Yeah.
So there is a lot of hope for future artists also
Yeah.
of these OTT platforms.
Yes.
Definitely, definitely.
So coming to the
the
next
best
part
time.
of the interview now, I would like कि आप लोग थोड़ा ये शेयर करें कि स्टूडेंट लाइफ में जब बच्चे इंस्टीट्यूट्स में होते हैं, कॉलेजेस में होते हैं, तो वो सॉफ्टवेयर सीखते हैं. सॉफ्टवेयर सीखना एक बात हुआ व्हेन यू नो द टूल्स, और अपना स्किल खुद का बिल्ड करना ये एक अलग बात हुआ जो आपको इंडस्ट्री में सस्टेन करेगा या ग्रो करेगा. सो टूल्स से जो स्किल बिल्डिंग की जो जर्नी है उसके बारे में आप बच्चों को क्या मैसेज देना चाहेंगे?
Okay. So first thing, let's say you have learned Mudbox in college. Now Mudbox is nowhere to be seen. So what now? So the thing that stays is the skill to sculpt. So if you know how to sculpt, you don't need कि मेरे को Mudbox पे ही sculpt करना है. अगर स्कल्प्ट करना आता है तो तुम ZBrush पे भी स्कल्प्ट कर सकते हो, तुम ब्लेंडर पे भी स्कल्प्ट कर सकते हो. Although tools have limitations as well, but the software never compensates for the skill. So basically, it's on both, on the student as well and on the college also, so that they teach fundamentals first, like art fundamentals, design fundamentals. So that way, fundamentals always stay. Fundamentals always stay, and not just the tools, because tools are gonna change. They're gonna change in another year. Like
Exactly.
let's say like Maya. If you see Maya 2014 and you see Maya now, they are like completely different softwares altogether. It's not you won't be able to see like, yeah, it's the same Maya. Like few things would be similar, and like naming conventions would be similar, but it's like a completely new software. So software centric knowledge is not gonna stay longer.
I have an analogy with that. Sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
like
no
if
problem.
you basically if you know how to drive a car, you know how to the basis of car. Then if you want to drive another car, you will able to drive the other car also. But you need to understand the
Exactly.
fundamentals of driving a car. You need to understand the basic fundamentals. Like there are 5 fundamentals
Yeah,
of art.
Devesh, we are gonna talk about those fundamentals in depth in our presentation.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Sure.
yeah, so you don't have to worry about that. Like
Yeah, I'm just
all of the students as well. Like all of the students, you don't have to worry about that. We are gonna cover those topics as well. Yeah, and also how to approach those fundamentals, and like how the things will be. So be tuned, and yeah. So watch our presentation. It's gonna be good. Like we are planning it now,
Yeah.
so it's
Okay,
gonna be good.
fine. Yeah. Rishabh, did you want to? You were saying something.
Yeah.
I just adding on to the same idea where you should not let your tools dictate your art, because that's what happens initially. See, like normally I don't use a lot of 3D. These guys do, and when I would need some help, I would ask him, because obviously I personally am not very attracted to doing 3D sculpting and all. So then thing happens is whenever it is a need, when I realize that without it I can't survive, then obviously I learn, and I learn whatever fundamentals I have to learn, because that's always learning is never going to stop. Softwares are going to change. But the only takeaway, I think the most important thing is to be aware. Students normally go to software so soon that the tools start to the tools start to control their art instead of it should happen that they should control the tools and this in order to build the skills.
Yes.
So it's important for them to understand and aware whatever tools are changing, as Rushil has already mentioned, it will change and will always keep changing. So you need to understand what fits your best, for what fits you best in your process, and you need to learn that, keep learning. So I think that's one of the major things in terms of tools and building your skills.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also if your fundamentals are good, tools are not a problem. Like you can learn those tools in like 2 days. Like for me, I started learning Blender when I was taking mentorship, and like in 2 days I was like I knew a bit, like I knew so much in Blender that I could create the artwork that I wanted to. So basically, you just go step by step, like learn whatever gets you there. Like you don't need to learn completely. Like you don't need to completely learn the tool to produce what you want to produce. You can just get away with a lot of stuff. Like I just knew few tools in Blender at that time. Like and I knew how to do lighting, and I knew how to move things and place things around. So I built models on another software, like which I already knew, and I used Blender to compile all of these things. That's it. So that way, I also learned Blender, and at the same time, uh, I was able to produce the artwork.
मैं कुछ इसमें कहना चाहूँगा।
हाँ अमृत।
तो जैसा कि स्किल सेट वाली बात हो रही थी यहाँ पे और सॉफ्टवेयर टूल वगैरह की बात हो रही थी, तो देखिए अभी के टाइम में सॉफ्टवेयर सीखना ज़्यादा आसान समझते हैं बच्चे कॉलेज में जब होते हैं। एक्चुअली जो उनका माइंडसेट होता है उसके हिसाब से उनको लगता है यार ये तो 5 मिनट में इस पे बन जाएगा, मेरे को मॉडल बनाना, अरे यार माया में बन जाएगा, अरे यार ब्लेंडर में बन जाएगा, तुरंत बन जाएगा, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। तो अभी के टाइम में जो मैं कॉन्सेप्ट आर्ट में देख रहा हूँ कि ज़्यादातर चीज़ें जो आर्टिस्ट वगैरह हैं, जो अच्छे लेवल के आर्टिस्ट हैं, वो उनकी फंडामेंटल्स स्ट्रॉन्ग है, काफ़ी स्ट्रॉन्ग है, तो वो सॉफ्टवेयर वगैरह यूज़ करते हैं, 3D सॉफ्टवेयर वगैरह यूज़ करते हैं जो अपने काम आसान कर सके, कम टाइम में काफ़ी बेटर आउटपुट दे सके, वो इसलिए यूज़ करते हैं। पर जो अभी मैं ट्रेंड देख रहा हूँ, जो नए बच्चे उस चीज़ को देख करके जो सीखना चाह रहे हैं, वो उनका उल्टा हो रहा है एक्चुअली। वो फंडामेंटल्स पे ध्यान नहीं दे करके, अपने स्किल सेट पे ध्यान नहीं दे करके, वो क्या कर रहे हैं कि वो सॉफ्टवेयर सीख रहे हैं। वो देख रहे हैं अरे ये बंदा तो 3D में बनाता है, 3D में बनाते कितना अच्छा आउटपुट दे रहा है। तो वो ध्यान नहीं देते इस चीज़ पे कि मेरे को मेरा फंडामेंटल इम्प्रूव करना चाहिए, और वो उस चीज़ पे जाते हैं। और एट द एंड जब वो उस चीज़ पे बना करके फाइनल आउटपुट फोटोशॉप से निकालते हैं पेंट वेंट करके, तो जमीन आसमान का फर्क आ जाता है एक्चुअली काम में, और वो फ्रस्ट्रेट होने लगते हैं इस चीज़ के लिए कि मेरा काम क्यों नहीं बन रहा। वो भी यही कर रहा है, मैं भी वही कर रहा हूँ, वो भी 3D यूज़ कर रहा है, लाइटिंग भी वही कर रहा है, मैं भी वही कर रहा हूँ, पर क्यों नहीं हो रहा। तो मैं यही सजेशन देना चाहूँगा आजकल के बच्चों को कि बेटर है, टाइम है आपके हाथ में, आप खुद का स्किल सेट डेवलप करो। साल 2 साल लगता है किसी भी सर्टेन स्किल सेट के लिए मेहनत करने के लिए, पर उसके बाद ही फंडामेंटल्स आपका जब क्लियर हो जाए, तब ही शॉर्टकट्स, तरीके, ये सब चीज़ों पे आप जाओ। पहले बेस जितना हो सके उतना अच्छा बना लो आप, ताकि उसके बाद आप कोई भी सॉफ्टवेयर में जाओगे, आपको प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा, आपका आउटपुट अच्छा आएगा।
बिल्कुल। So
I also want to add something here.
yes Devesh.
Yeah, so मैं एक्चुअली फेस कर रहा था, काफी पोर्टफोलियोज मैंने देखे स्टूडेंट्स के, तो मैं फेस कर रहा था कि ठीक है इनके वर्क ब्यूटीफुल है, इंटरेस्टिंग है, बट समटाइम्स क्या होता है कि दिस काइंड ऑफ ब्यूटीफुल वर्क डजंट वर्क फॉर कॉन्सेप्ट आर्ट. Concept art is like problem solving. It's not about making pretty pictures. It's like how is it adding to the story? Even if you get a beautiful picture, what if it doesn't help to sell the story or help to solve the problem? So people doesn't think about design and problem solving in concept art. So I suggest that people should.
I was in a conversation with an artist where she told me that लोग यूजुअली रियलिस्टिक आर्ट को पसंद करते हैं क्योंकि वो दिखने में अच्छा लगता है, लेकिन इट इज नॉट ऑलवेज दैट अ रियलिस्टिक आर्ट वर्क विल सेल इन द मार्केट, बिकॉज कभी कभी रिक्वायरमेंट्स अलग अलग होती हैं. इनफैक्ट कार्टून कैरेक्टर्स को डिजाइन करना इज ऑल टुगेदर अ डिफरेंट स्किल. So I think what you're saying really makes the point very clear. Ki what Devesh just said right now, so that was really relevant. So
I mean, I just like to, sorry to break you.
Yeah,
Just one more point. Just continuing from Devesh, it's like, people who are especially starting out right now. What was very crucially pointed out by Amrit also, कि the style becomes their first goal. कि मुझे ऐसा ही बनाना है. This is very pretty. This is how it looks like. अच्छा मुझे I just want to make a very particular artist का style है, पूरा realistic. What they fail to realize is that it's every project has a certain style to it. That's a decision by whoever makes the story, and you are a person who needs to solve the problem, and you need to adapt. So that is something I would like to, because normally all these people who are especially starting out, they get seduced by the style so much that they forget, okay, we are here to solve problems than pretty pictures.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's just that.
वो रिजिड हो जाते हैं एक तरह से देखा जाए तो सर्टेन स्टाइल में, और वो चाहते हैं कि मेरा आर्टवर्क भी उसी स्टाइल का वैसा ही रहे। पर जो इंडस्ट्री में रिक्वायरमेंट होती है आर्टिस्ट की, तो वो कुछ भी बनवाते हैं आपसे, ठीक है। और कोई स्टाइल हो सकता है, वो बाहर का भी हो सकता है, इंडियन कल्चर का भी हो सकता है, मिथिला आर्ट भी हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है। तो आपको एक रिजिड रहने वाली चीज नहीं है कि आप बोलो कि मेरे को यही करना है, ऐसा ही है। वो मैं अभी तो कहूंगा कि अभी के स्टार्टिंग करियर में तो बिल्कुल ही मत कीजिए। 10 साल 5 साल 10 साल तो बिल्कुल मत कीजिए। बाकी आगे जा करके आप जब जॉब वगैरह छोड़ देते हो, आप चाहते हो कि मैं फ्रीलांस आर्टिस्ट ही बनूं, मेरा एक सर्टेन स्टाइल हो, वो सेलिंग पॉइंट हो मेरा खुद का, तो ही आप अपना स्टाइल डेवलप करने के लिए आप कर सकते हो।
So also like some of the people might be thinking like they need to learn all of the styles. No, that's not the thing. You just need to learn fundamentals. If you know fundamentals, you will be able to adapt to different styles. So that won't be an issue because fundamentals stay same throughout all the styles.
Yes, great. So I think turning out to be a very enriching discussion. मेरा आखिरी सवाल आपसे है कि स्टूडेंट के शो रील्स जब वो बनाते हैं, पोर्टफोलियोज अपने बनाते हैं, so what are some very common mistakes that students make?
Basically, most of the time, what they are doing is they are trying to imitate someone else, and also they are lacking fundamentals. Like these two are like the major things all across. And also the thing is, right now, as I've seen, like most of the people, even the Indian people, are doing artwork that are inspired by Hollywood movies and not by their culture, like where they are around. So what happens is, even if there is an Indian IP that is being made in Hollywood, okay, so they think they can hire Indian guys, but Indian guys are not doing Indian stuff. So that's an issue now. So that's an issue now. Indian guys are also doing like Hollywood style stuff. So that creates an issue. So then they don't get job because Hollywood is right now quite saturated in terms of this industry, and India is still in its infancy. So what you can do is like cater to your own environment, cater to what you feel, like how you feel about things, like inculcate your personality basically, and like infuse that personality into your artworks. So like complicated thing basically, but how you can achieve that is work by what you were inspired when you were a kid, and what got you inspired to come into this industry, and like how you were back then. Use those as cues to produce your portfolio pieces. That's the one thing, like because if you do that, you will automatically get original ideas, because everyone has a unique life, everyone has a unique experiences. So just take those experiences and make those into your artwork.
Wow.
मैं इसमें कुछ कहना चाहूँगा।
हाँ अमृत।
तो जी, तो जैसे कि अपने इंडस्ट्री में इंडिया में क्या होता है कि जो वो आर्टवर्क चाहते हैं, आइदर वो पूरा फिनिश्ड आर्टवर्क हो, स्टाइलाइज्ड में भी फिनिश्ड हो, मतलब पॉलिश्ड वर्क हो, या तो वो पूरा ही कॉन्सेप्ट आर्ट हो। 2 चीज़ें होती है। और मैंने जहाँ तक फेस किया है तो मेरे को ये दिखा है कि आप अगर पोर्टफोलियो बनाना चाहते हो तो मैं यही सजेस्ट करूंगा कि आप खुद जो सराउंडिंग से हो, जहां आपने बचपन गुजारी है अपनी, जो जैसे कि रुशिल बोल रहा था, वो क्या चीज है जो आपको आप बनाता है, दैट्स द मेजर थिंग। उससे आपको बहुत इंस्पिरेशन मिलेगी खुद के लिए, और काम कैसा एक्चुअली आपको, स्टोरी क्या चाहिए, वो सब कुछ आपको वो खुद ही, जब आप खुद के ग्राउंड को देखोगे कि आप कहाँ हो, कहाँ से आए हो, तो वो सारा चीज आपको वहीं डिफाइन मिल जाएगा। और ये एक्चुअली बहुत ही अच्छा तरीका होता है खुद को एक्सप्लोर करने का, खुद के आर्टवर्क को एक्सप्लोर करने का, प्लस खुद का स्टोरी टेलिंग का तरीका एक्सप्लोर करने का। और रही बात पोर्टफोलियो में, देखिए काम मांगते हैं कंपनीज, अच्छे काम मांगते हैं। कई कंपनीज होती हैं कि रफ वर्क भी मांगते हैं। एज अ कॉन्सेप्ट आर्टिस्ट हम लोग का काम क्या होता है, सॉल्विंग, प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग काम होती है। तो कई कंपनी होती है कि प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग टाइप का आर्टवर्क भी मांगते हैं। ये नहीं चाहिए उनको कि फिनिश्ड आर्टवर्क चाहिए। पर ऐसा भी नहीं है कि आप बस फिनिश ही कर रहे हो या फिर बस रफ वर्क ही कर रहे हो, प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग भी कर रहे हो। इंडियन मार्केट के लिए अगर आप अप्रोच कर रहे हो, मेरा सजेशन यही रहता है इसमें कि आपको दोनों टाइप का काम रखना ज़्यादा बेटर रहता है, कि उनको आपके अंदर ये भी स्किल सेट दिखे कि आप एक रिफाइंड वर्क भी पब्लिश कर सकते हो, और एक अच्छे से कॉन्सेप्ट आर्ट, एक अच्छा स्टोरी का आप जनरेट करके उसको पूरा सॉल्व करके पूरा अच्छे से प्रेजेंट कर सकते हो। वो भी स्किल सेट आपके अंदर होना जरूरी होता है। या ऋषभ,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
continuing on that, so one thing, how you can do that is when you are making a finished artwork, show its process, like how it started, show it the basic, show the first sketches that you did, show what references you collected, and show the complete process. So that way, if an art director sees your portfolio, they know how you think, they know that you are capable of doing sketches, and they know that you are capable of doing finished illustrations. And so that way, like you can see, like we all have, like on our websites and on ArtStation, we have that, like we have put our processes in there as well. Like we have shown our sketches, like what were the initial sketches. You can go on ArtStation for concept artists and 3D, and like for our industry and VFX as well. Quality of bar of quality is basically, so you can compare yourself. If you are there, if you are hireable, if you can, although like on ArtStation, like the quality is really high because they're all like really professional people, but still you can like have a cue like where you need to be.
Yeah, I want to
mean,
add something.
yeah.
Yeah, good.
Okay, I'll just a small thing. I'll just add on to what these two people said. I can't, stress enough how important it is to be honest with your own art. I mean, see, we grew up watching Mowgli, which was an IP created by the Japanese people. It was created by the Japanese people. The Legend of Prince Ram was started by the Japanese people, though they were very prominent Indian guys, Ram Mohan, who worked the pioneers. But people from India don't do Indian stuff. That is there all the time. And the major reason, because as a kid also, we were always influenced by Lion King, Tom and Jerry, which are top class Hollywood, blockbuster movies and TV series. But after that, what happens is the pride in yourself, the pride in your own culture, the effort to do research in your own thing, know your own past, your identities, that is lost. Because it's easy, I create a spaceship which looks like Star Wars. It's much easier and it's pretty to look at. And okay, I have a concept art portfolio, which is a complete no. So I think the first thing you need to do is first take some time, understand what are your experiences, that like he said. And I can't stress this enough. I mean, once you do that, you realize after you finish your portfolio, it's so unique. I'm not saying it's out of the world, but so honest and unique that you understand, okay, this person knows his own thing. He's not trying to be somebody else. He's not trying to be dishonest with his work. He's not trying to be another Star Wars or Star Trek or anything. So I think that's where everything falls back into place. And you, of course, all the fundamentals this guys talked about. Yeah.
And also the thing is that it's not always that you have to be unique always. Like you don't have to be unique always. There is a place, like let's say if you have 20 pieces, okay, so in 20 pieces, like you can have 3-4 unique pieces. You don't need so many unique pieces, but in those 3-4 unique pieces, you should be able to capture the art director. Like what happens is they see like all the other 17 pieces, and they are like, yeah, they can do stuff, they know the fundamentals, they know everything, and then they see those 3 unique pieces, then they come to know like, yeah, you can also think.
Yeah, I also want to add here, like when I see the portfolio, there is very lack of research of the project they are doing.
Yeah.
I mean, they just start from a small brief and then jump into sketches and everything. But concept art is like world building. You have to create a world, and you need to understand and research about the world. So there is a lot of research goes on in concept art process. So I suggest uh, try searching on research before doing any sketch.
Yeah, so I think this was a very fruitful and useful discussion, and a lot of interesting points have come out of it, which definitely students will find new and interesting. So thank you so much, all of you, Immortal Collectives, to join us on this interview.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
Thank you.
for having
Thank you
us
so
here.
much.
Our
Thank you so
pleasure.
much. Yeah, and also
Yeah.
like all of you guys can find our links in the video description,
Yeah.
and you can check out our work as well, and feel free to message us if you have any queries, and if
Yeah,
you
totally.
like you can message us on Instagram. Basically, you can message on like on our Immortal page, or else you can message us on our personal IDs as well. And like we'll see if whenever we get time, and we'll try to like help you out maybe,
Great.
and
Thank
like
you
answer
so
your
very much.
questions.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. Don't be a
Yeah.
stranger. Yes.